we don't have a plan here. All right. What's the next one say? Why don't you read the next one?
Write a paragraph with 10 through 10 sentences, 10 through 12 sentences.
Yeah, so you have to have 10 or 12 sentences. So do you have 10 or 12 sentences, do you think, in your piece? Can you go now and can you go through and can you count and see how many sentences you do have? You know what I want you to do? Would you do me a favor and every time you see either a question mark, a period, or a period, question mark, or an exclamation mark, will you underline it for me? Or put a circle around it. Can you do that? Can you put a circle around it for me? So why don't you go count your circles now and see how many you have. Okay. So did you count yours? How many did you have?
14.
14? So is that something you could check off? So you think you got your 10 to 12? Mm-hmm. So how about you? How many did you have?
I actually didn't really, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't done counting yet? Okay, did you finish finding them all?
No,
Or-
I still haven't.
Oh, do you? Okay, okay. So how many did you find so far? Okay, so you think you're pretty much on track for having that? Okay, so you're gonna check that out. How about you? What did you find in yours? Say again.
4.
You found 4? And you said you found 4 too. You know what I want? You know what I was wondering in there? I wonder if you go back and reread this. I wonder if if you took out the word "and" in some places and put a period. I wonder if you'd have more. Because I'm looking at it. Looks like you have a lot of writing there, right? And it looks like you have a lot of writing, and I'm thinking you should have more than 4 sentences, right? Do you use "and"? Do you guys use "and" a lot in your stories? Do you use "and"? Yeah, I noticed you used "and." I wonder if you would go back and if you lined out "and," I don't want you to do it right now, but if you line out "and" if you could put a period there, if you would end up with more sentences. What do you think? You think that might help? What do you think? Do you use the word "and" a lot? Okay, so I think maybe if we go back and take out the word "and," I don't want you checking it off. You checked that. You checked off 10 to 12 sentences. You checked it off. You did not, and you did not, right? So when you go back to your class today, I want you to go back and I want you to think about using, if you can take out "ands." Sometimes people use the word "then," and that might be something else you could, think about, right? And then. Okay. Okay, let's do the next one. How about if you read the next, what's the third one over there in your piece?
Includes different sentence begins.
Different sentence beginnings. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to find 4 sentences that start differently. And I want you to underline them, all right? Can you find 4 sentences that start with different words? and underline them. Like, everybody should underline their first word, right? There's one. Now, I want you to find a sentence that starts with a different word and underline that and stop when you get to 4. Yeah, I'm just looking right there. There's the word then too. Next time you might want, not now, but you might want to take out some thens too. Find some more sentences. Okay. Did you find some? Let's see. Let me just look for yours a minute. You know, another word you could take out and put a period. What's that word? So, yeah, you could probably take out so, right, and put a period there, and you'll have another sentence right there. What do you think? Okay. All right, so did you find some sentences in there?
Yes.
All right, so in your sentences, I know you only have 4, but do you have different words that start those sentences?
Yes.
So what's that? What's your first word? That's
And
1. Where's your next sentence? Yeah, it's that. Mm-hmm.
right here.
Mm-hmm. What did it start with? Oh, okay. All right, so there's the word and, right? But we're gonna take out the ands, right? It's all right. Okay, take it out. So what's the word? If you take out the word and, what's the word it starts with? She. Underline she. So you have one word, one sentence that starts with and one word that starts with she. All right? All right, so you're starting with different sentences, so you have to make sure your sentences start with different words, right? How about you? Did you underline words? Read me the words you underlined.
Once I get in.
Okay, so I noticed you checked that off your box. Did you start with different sentence beginnings? Okay. How about you? What did you find out?
I found me. It's so and we.
Okay. All right, so you have 4. Okay. And here's the thing I want you to think about with you. I know you have enough sentences, but I want you to think about the word so, right? All right. Maybe not using the word so. How about you?
One after and
Okay. So are you?
I can add another sentence.
Okay. So you're going to take, what does the next sentence start with then?
I.
I. So why don't you underline I? Just draw a line through then. Draw a line through then and I. So you have 4 different beginnings. Do you start your sentences in the beginning? Okay. You want to check off that piece on your list? All right. Do you get to check off yours uses different sentence beginnings? All right. You check it off. Okay. What's the next one say? You want to read the next one? What else we have to be thinking about with our paper?
Includes more than one character.
All right. Includes more than one character. So read your story. How many characters do you have in your story? All right. How many characters do you have in your story?
3.
Okay. Who are your characters? Tell me your characters.
Me, my sister Shelly, and my brother Josh.
Okay. All right. You want to check that off? Okay. How about you? How many characters do you have in your story?
3.
Who are they?
Me, my class, and my swim teacher.
Okay. So I wonder if your class is a character. What do you think? Can a whole group be a character, or is a character one person? Just one person. So how many characters do you have?
2.
Okay. All right. How about you?
2.
Who are your characters?
Me and my mom.
Okay. Okay. Okay, and how about you?
3.
You have 3 characters in there? Okay. You ready to check it off? All right, who wants to do the next one? Do you want to read the next, what's the next one we have to be thinking about?
Write using descriptive words at least 6 adjectives and adverbs.
Yes, so you have to have descriptive words, and they're adjectives and adverbs. Do you guys know what adjectives and adverbs are? They're things that describe something, right? So, if I said building, right, that's not an adjective or an adverb, that's a noun, right? It's a thing, a building. What would be a word that would describe building? What word could you use?
Tall.
Okay, tall building. So tall is a descriptive word. How about another word that describes tall? I'm sorry, building.
Small.
Small. Tall, small. Give me another word that describes building.
Like really skinny.
Say it again.
Skinny.
Skinny. Okay. How about, I'm trying to think of another word. How about another, can you think of another word that describes building? All right, well, fat is just a descriptive word, skinny is, I don't know if they describe buildings, but, okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you, how many do you have to have?
6.
6 words that describe. I want you to, now I want you to put a square around words that, 6 words that describe. So can you just go through and find 6 words that describe? Words like tall, skinny, things like that. All right, does day describe, or is that a thing? How about, what would describe a day?
Like a
Nice day, right? How about hot day? Would that describe? Mm-hmm. So we have to get words that describe. What word did you just circle? While. Does while describe anything? Yeah, I know it has to describe. Anybody find a descriptive word? Did you find one?
Only one so far.
Only one?
So far.
Okay, what is it? What did you find?
I like it because
Say it again.
that and kind of small.
What's the descriptive word? What word is describing? Is swimming? Is that a verb? Is that an action? Is that something you do? How do you swim? Can you describe swimming? How about fast? That would be a descriptive word, fast. So, anybody find it? Anyone think they found a descriptive word?
Going.
It was gone, yep. Okay, what's another one? Did anybody else find one?
talking. Excited.
Excited. There you go, there's one. You have to find 6 of them. Do you think you can find more of them? So can you tell me some that you're finding?
Big.
Yes? Okay. Blue, oh, now you got it, yes. Okay, and pink. Who else found some descriptive words? Have you found 6 yet? Okay. Anybody else find some descriptive words? More descriptive words?
Scared.
Oh, good. Scared? Yeah. That's kind of an action word, isn't it? Something, yeah. You're really scared, yeah. What else did you find? Nothing? Okay. Do you have 6? Anybody have 6? Do you have 6? Okay. Read me, tell me what they are.
Big, pink, brown, blue, purple, and ugly.
Oh, okay. All right, very cool. You're gonna check that off? That you have at least 6? Okay. Anybody else gonna be able to check that one off? Okay, that's okay. Because next time you write, what are you gonna have to think about?
6 descriptive
You gotta think about describing things a little bit more, right? All right, I think, do we have any, where are we? Oh, how about dialogue? Does anybody have some dialogue in there? What would you be looking for with dialogue? You know what dialogue is? Dialogue is when you say something, right? Did anybody say anything in there? I see some dialogue, right? Is that your title right there? What's your title? Oh, how do you, is that dialogue? How do you know it's dialogue? It does have quotation marks, right? That's in the title. Did you use it down here in your writing? Where'd you use it in your writing? Okay, so can you check off that you used ow and on your list on a level 1? Who else used some dialogue? All right, what did you say? Yeah, read it to me. I could.
When my sister said I could come with you,
Yeah, read what it says. I want you to read the dialogue.
you can come. You can come.
Sure, you can come with me. And you have quotation marks? Okay, so can you check off dialogue? All right, how about you, my dear?
No dialogue.
No dialogue? Okay, so you're not gonna check it off. Next time when you write, what do you gotta make sure you do when you write a story?
No dialogue.
Have a little dialogue. When you have a character, right, they have to be talking, right, and you have to use quotation marks. How about you?
Stay here.
Say it again?
Stay here.
Is that what you said in there?
No, my mom did.
Oh, your mom said that? Do you have quotation marks in there? Okay, all right, so you're gonna check off quotation marks? Okay, all right, and we on the last one. This one says adds or takes away from the story. And that's probably a finished product, so I don't know a finished paper. So does anybody line out? Does anybody go back and add things later or take things out when they're writing? Okay. If you think you do add things and take things away, cross things out, you can check that one off. If you don't, then I don't want you checking it off. Okay, so at level 1, looking at your checks, what do you have to think about next time you're writing? What do you have to work on? What do you have to work on, sir?
Write 10 to 12 sentences.
Okay, so you have to make sure, but what you're gonna do though, I think you have a lot, but what do you have to do to get 10 or 12 sentences, do you think?
The word and.
Yes, take out the word and, right, and maybe look at the word then, because I see you have and then, so see if you can take that out, okay? And I think you might get 10 to 12 sentences. And then what's the other thing I want you working on?
Right, using descriptive words.
Yeah, using descriptive words. Can you give me a descriptive word right now? Think of a word that describes. She used a lot of them. How about color? Does color describe? Could you put some colors in there? Could you put things like big and tall and things like that in the writing? Yeah, so that could be there. How about you? What do you have to work on? What are some things you have to work on?
Write using descriptive words at least 6 adjectives
Adjectives?
and adverbs.
Yeah, adverbs. So description, right? Give me a descriptive word.
Brown,
Brown. Give me another one that's not a color.
tall,
Yes, okay. And so you have to make sure you're using dialogue and that you use some description, right? All right, think you can do that? I think you can too. What do you have to work on for a level 1?
write using descriptive words.
Descriptive words, okay. Can you give me some descriptive words?
Short,
Yes. Anything else?
and
Yes, okay. How about this? Beautiful. Okay. How about this? Handsome. What do you have to work on?
paragraph with 10 to 12 sentences.
Yes, and what do you have to check? Because I think you have more than 4, but what do you have to think about? What? Taking away the ands and maybe looking at taking out the so's and things like that. So you'll have more, because I think it looks like you have more than 4 sentences there, doesn't it? Okay, you guys did a great job. Ready to head back? All right, was this okay? Do you think you're gonna know what to do next time?
Yep.
Okay, I think you are too. All right, see you guys. I'm done with you.